Happy Sunday, everybody. How is everyone doing? Camera looks a lot better than the camera we used last live. So this is going to be the one that we're making sure that we use from now on because this one, again, is way more clear. I have a stack of questions from you guys that you put into my comments. I mean, probably 25 to 30 different questions. We have so much to discuss. First and foremost, I think that, we'll kind of go through what we are going to be discussing. One of them is obviously this. I believe you guys can see that on camera. That is the mystery box that came from Spirit. So I know that I had posted a video about like the true background to the box. So if you haven't watched it, you need to, because it's not just an unboxing. It goes into details of why Spirit has had this rollout, which I think a lot of people have misunderstood. They're expecting to just see animatronics like how you've seen with Home Depot or Party City, but they've tried to do something completely different this year. And it's almost like an ARG where we have to uncover the true meaning of the animatronics. I don't even know if we are going to see demo videos of the animatronics. I hope that we do, but I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to look at your chats real quick. Then we are going to talk about the mystery box back here. We're going to talk about Flagship. I will be at Flagship. So if you are going to Flagship, that's great. Not only are we going to be there, but we're going to have some merch, which you can actually get this merch now. This is our black and white tie-dye subscribe shirt. We also have, where'd the other shirts go? Right here. We also just have the logo shirt, which has been extremely popular. You can still get these by emailing by emailing SavannahPsychoCircus.com.
SavannahPsychoCircus@gmail.com.
At gmail.com. I didn't even finish the email address. SavannahPsychoCircus at gmail.com. I sound like I'm not going to even say that. So, all right. So, yes. And then we are going to talk about the animatronic news that we've received. I had dropped a bunch of the box scans for you guys since last week. At Spirit, Home Depot released a very detailed video of everything. So we'll go through all of that as well. So I hope that everybody has had a good week, and I hope that you also really enjoyed that Spirit unboxing video. If you have not seen that video yet, I'm going to urge you to. You might want to do it after the live, because doing these unboxings is a little, when you're just opening it up, it might seem like it's a little lackluster, to be honest with you, because it's just like, we got another question?
Yeah.
Thank you. Just seems like it's a little lackluster compared to last year. But it's because we don't have the full story, and I've been uncovering this story. So if you've seen it, that's great. Give yourself a high five if you've seen it. And if you have watched it, put the number 5 in the chat so I know if you have. I'm hoping that all of you have, but if you haven't, I can see Ewitz Tom has, Luke has, Hant World, Hong Kong Haunts. Most of you look like you have. Ryan Sans watched it twice because he put in a 10. What do you guys think about the lore that's being uncovered? I think it's pretty. I've got another question. Thank you. It's pretty interesting. The more that we were diving into it, we listened to the podcast a couple times. We have been searching around Spirit's social media, and I've even been doing just random Google searches of some of the keywords of their story to find out more details on it. Amy is looking into every single thing. At the end of the podcast, they talked about receiving a second package. Amy is under the belief that Spirit will be sending a second package. I am not. I don't think that. Can I have some? I don't believe that Spirit's going to be sending a second package. Make sure you stay hydrated. I think this is going to be the gist of it, but we're going to kind of do a live unboxing of this as well. So first, before we get into these super detailed questions, as always, I need to make sure that you guys understand if you were going to ask questions that were not presented on our community tabs, make sure you at the Psychotic Circus of Savannah, because it kind of highlights in my chat and hopefully I can see it. If you were to send a super chat, which I think it's as little as 99 cents, it will literally glow on my screen. I won't be able to go away from it. So I will make sure that I get to your question, but I try my hardest to get to everybody's question. I don't require that anybody do a super chat, but if you would like to help support the channel, that's great. Spike the Clown. Yeah, let's not do that, bro, because there are tiny kids in here sometimes. So let's make sure that we don't type those kind of things. So, all right. So actually, 1 Cent asked a question that is the same on the chat as it is here. And do we want to go through the questions first or last?
Let's go ahead.
Okay, so 1 Cent asked, when is the rap coming out for 2022? If you've listened to the Spirit Halloween rap of last year, it's on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify. What is that other streaming service? Doozer or something? It's pretty much, it's even a sound on TikTok. So go listen to that one. We are going to be rolling it out every year. And because we know of the props this early, not only are we going to try to finish the song before Halloween, but I would like to shoot a music video as well. So we are going to be starting on that. I say we, I'm going to be starting on that pretty soon. I have not started on it yet. But I'm hoping that I can at least have a rough draft. I can't speak today. Of it before Flagship. Not for anybody to listen to, but it would be cool to shoot some footage there with a bunch of you guys. So thank you, 1 Cent. That's an awesome question. Oh, we got like 6 more. All right. Let's see here. More questions we got rolling in. Luke P said, how much is Spirit paying you to rap about their store? Luke P, nothing. I do it because I like the creativity of puns and wordplay and multi-syllable rhyming. I had done music before I had ever gotten into YouTube, and actually had done music with some really big name artists, multi platinum artists. And, but it never went anywhere for me. So it's something that I still have that kind of part in me that gets out every once in a while. And I feel like it's a good way to just have a fun time and do something completely different. You been getting that? Doing something completely different for you guys to enjoy before like the Halloween season is up. And yeah, so Terror on Tamarack said, are you okay after the gummy? Do we want to address what happened on our last live with the gummy bear? So I had I had the last live that we did, and I don't want you guys to look at these one chips over here just yet, but the last live we had the world's hottest gummy bear that I ate live, and I almost died. I literally almost threw up on camera. I had to drink about a half gallon of milk. It felt like I was swallowing a cactus. My throat was hurt. My mouth, it was just horrible. Then it started going away after a few moments. And I say few, it was probably 7 or 8 minutes. And then I was tired because we ended that live pretty late. So I went to go lay down, and my stomach was just so upset. And one, I have like a half gallon of milk sitting in my gut. And two, the world's hottest gummy bear. And together it was like a fight happening. I thought I was going to have to use the restroom, but it actually did the opposite. It made it where I couldn't. Little TMI, but right. And I didn't throw up. But after that, everything was fine. So, but yeah, thank you for asking. Go through these ones? Okay. So I don't know who this. That's the name? Yeah. Okay, I didn't know if you were doing like initials. GTHH asks, what is your favorite animatronic of Spirit Halloween for 2022? That's hard to answer because we haven't really seen the videos or seen them up front just yet. I would say that I really enjoy Monty, and now that I know that Nozzles is only 6 feet, I'm a little hesitant to give him as much of my excitement as I did before. So right now it's Monty, then Punchy, and maybe Nozzles is either right under him or tied. But right now Monty is my number one. And I know that he's not doing anything that is extremely different from mechs. He's crashing his hands together and his eyes and mouth move and he's making sound. But I think that his concept is just so much different than everybody else. So Eastwood Haunted House is asking, are you a fan of, I don't know if it's Terry or Terry, like you're tearing something. I'm going to say Terry because it seems like he's going to a funeral. But are you a fan of Terry the Clown? And I am. Amy actually really enjoys the guy, which I'm surprised because his costume seems a little dark and not as attention grabbing as some of the other clowns. So I'm not sure how much he is going to really stand out or really how to present him in our display. This year I want to do something a bit more intricate for the display aspect of it. I have a bunch of animatronics that pretty much take up my whole yard. And there used to be a time where we made them almost have little scenes. And now we have so many animatronics that we put out that they're kind of just stacked on top of each other. And I want to kind of reel that back and not necessarily put out every single prop and kind of have it a little more detailed. Amy, can you handle that? Have it a little more detailed. Sorry, we have dogs here. That would show more of a story, if that made sense. So next one is Spike the Clown. What is your favorite clown from the movie Killer Clowns from Outer Space? That is a good question. My favorite clown would probably be, we'll see. The thing is like, I think traditionally speaking, everybody would say Shorty. And that's probably also why Shorty had an animatronic released first and foremost. So I think that's what everybody would say. But I really like Clownzilla just because he's huge. And you can tell it's cheesy how they film him with like slow motion. And if you have not seen that movie, go and watch it. It's not a scary movie at all. It's just a cheesy 80s movie. They had all these like killer clowns from outer space and even older movies like The Attack of the Killer Tomatoes and these stupid like they were fun, right? It's just the way that those movies were. So, Smelly Knickknacks asks, what props do you plan to buy from Home Depot? So actually, that is going to be something that we are going to be discussing here in a few moments. So let me do this. I'm going to pull up my Home Depot animatronics list. I'll say that pretty much, I don't know if I'm necessarily interested in the clown that, I believe it's at Home Depot. I need to double check. But the clown that has the pole and he's holding the ice cream. I mean, it's not scary to me. I'd prefer if he had legs, and not having legs really makes it kind of meh to me. Something that I'm not fully interested in seeing. So, but what props am I planning on getting? I mean, pretty much the Terry the Clown is definitely one that we talked about. You know, but most of those don't fit my haunt. Like the hovering witch doesn't fit my haunt. The 15-foot whatever it is, Phantom doesn't fit. Smoldering Reaper doesn't fit. Oogie Boogie doesn't fit. You know, the Terry the Clown does. So looking at going that way, but most of these props don't fit what my haunt is. So I wish I had a more detailed or intricate answer for you, but it's the clown, right?
Gage donated $1.
Oh, Gage donated $1. I didn't see that. Oh, yes, I did. And so did Mr. Halloween Dude.
Right.
Gage donated $2. Mr. Halloween Dude donated $2, and HK Haunts had donated $5. So we have 4 donations. We need to go ahead and get this guy ready. If you guys don't know about this, this is what I call the ear buster. This is a clown-themed horn that is extremely loud. It can get as loud as a chainsaw. So every dollar that gets donated, we blast this off. It makes stuff ooze out of my ear. I need to go and see a doctor about that. No, and like all jokes aside, I think it really has changed my hearing in one of my ears. So, but it's worth it. It's for Halloween. So Gage, that's the one for Gage. Appreciate that, buddy. HK Hans, Hong Kong, boy. Halloween King. You get 5. Yeah, he says if he could go to Flagship, he would do the chip challenge with me, because I'm going to be bringing probably more than just these 2. I want to bring a bunch of hot chips or gummy bears or something, because a lot of you were really, really, really thinking it was so funny that I almost turned bright red with that gummy bear. And so I'm challenging you guys to do it with me. I'm going to be bringing some of this to Flagship. We'll go into detail about that here in a moment. So, yeah, Mr. Halloween Dude says everyone send I don't know if it's a chicken leg or a turkey leg in the chat. 2 for Mr. Halloween Dude. Appreciate that, brother. Gage busted off another 2. Appreciate that so much. Ooh. Whew. All right. Joaquin 245 says, are you ever going to buy poison props? Yes. Should I elaborate on?
I mean, obviously the clown ones. I mean.
Yeah, so again, it's going to be some kind of clown prop. There is a couple clown props out there from some of the more professional companies that I want to dive into a little more. So far, we've either gotten, I mean, realistically, the only two, I think it's two clown props that we've gotten that are from a higher end company is from Distortions or VFX. And I'm extremely happy with both of those. But I want something bigger. Like they have a clown attack wall, which is like 4 or 5 clowns that come at you. I'd like to get something like that too. So just clowning around says, what's your opinion on the Jason from Lowe's? Let's talk about that. Let me pull that over here. Jason from Lowe's. Let me get this out of the way so we can kind of see it a little more detailed. What the f? There's a ghost move that. This Jason from Lowe's, it looks like a action figure. The detail's horrible. And I don't mean one of those expensive detailed action figures. This shot, for instance, if you happen to go to Lowe's website, look at it because you wouldn't realize that this is a 6-foot prop. That it just seems like the painting is lazy. You can see where they've like plugged the hair in. And also, to be honest, like his stance is just not scary. Like they didn't have him in like a attack mode, or, you know, he looks like he's gonna do this thing and sing like the Macarena or something. You know what I mean? I'm not too happy with it. His hatchet looks very cheap. His hands look very cheap. Again, the detail of his mask and face, just his eyes are very derpy. It's just not the beeswax. Not that good in my personal opinion. So NJA Horror says, do you know what Spirit has planned for opening day? I do. And I don't know if you guys know, but I will pull it up right now. There was an agenda that was released to, I'm guessing specific people. I'm not sure. So let me pull that up here. I actually have it on my phone. But yeah, there's a whole agenda that was released. And it says that first and foremost, and this is for Saturday, July 30th, if you didn't know, Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey, is where their grand opening is. And so at 9 a.m., they are having pre-opening activities, which include tarot card readers, food and beverage vendors. So you can go ahead and get your breakfast on. You're going to go get your drinks because we're going to be discussing that hot chip stuff. They're going to have games and what they call family-friendly activities. And then around 9:15, they're going to show the first official trailer for the Spirit Halloween movie. And they are going to replay the trailer every 15 minutes after that, which I went last year. We had to wait in line for quite a bit of time before the store opened. I imagine towards the end of the day, we are all going to know that trailer by heart. And I don't know if that's a good thing. I think every 15 minutes is a little too much, as most of us were in line for hours. So, you know, maybe every half hour would probably be a little better, but every 15 minutes seems a little insane. Then, and this will show you right here, at 9:15, they're doing this. And they're playing it every 15 minutes. And then at 10:55, you know, which is almost 2 hours later, a little less than 2 hours later, they're doing a ribbon cutting, which they did last year. It was nice. They had, I think, the mayor of Egg Harbor Township come out, and they had a couple social media people that were there as well to do the ribbon cutting. And then at 11 o'clock, they open the doors. So for an hour and 45 minutes, every 15 minutes, we're going to be listening to that trailer. I imagine they're going to be projecting it. So Yeah. And I'm not sure. I looked into the details on IMDb of the movie, and there is some, Christopher Lloyd is one of the actors, which I know he's not in his heyday anymore, but you might know him as Doc from Back to the Future. So, but realistically, he's like the most well-known actor out of all of them, and he's old. He's got to be like 85 years old. So it's other than that, it's a lot of newer actors, which is completely fine. I mean, look at Stranger Things had a bunch of actors that were brand new, except for like Winona Ryder, and I think that's pretty much the other people I didn't know either. So, but anyway, we're going to be listening to almost an hour and 45 minutes of that trailer on repeat. So, yeah. And then, so yes, at 11 o'clock, they're going to be doing the doors are going to be opening. They say that the animatronics are then going to be activated. So I don't know if they're not going to have them plugged in and ready to go before that. That part is a little strange. And it says, and the Spirit Halloween season officially commences. So they're saying like, that's it. Get ready. Here we go for the next, 3 months between July, or I guess it's the end of the July, so August, September, and October. This 3 months, your life is going to be surrounded by Spirit Halloween. So, and if you've never been, it's cool because you can meet other home haunters, you can meet, YouTubers, and it's really a fun experience, especially if, for instance, with us, before we started getting into home haunting, there was nobody in our neighborhood that was really doing Halloween to any kind of larger level. And so you're able to go there and kind of connect with people who have the same interests as you, and you don't always get that on your day-to-day life. So it's really welcoming, and it's just a really cool vibe. So if you can get there, I urge you to. I know it's it's less than 2 weeks away. So if you can, try to get out there. Next question is Halloween fan 1890. He has, 3 questions. 3 questions from Halloween fan. Are you buying every single clown prop? What's your favorite prop you own? And what poison prop do you want to own? Again, on the poison props, we can look at that in a moment here. I'm going to kind of do these backwards. What's the favorite prop that I own? That's a really interesting question because I like the older props, even though I get the newer ones. And I'm really happy that I was finally able to get the clown version of Heads Up Harry. And mine, luckily, had a really good customization. If you can type the number 9 in the chat, if you've seen that Heads Up Harry customization video, I'm interested to see how many of you guys have seen it, because most customizations I'm really not a fan of. With Heads Up Harry, I almost didn't want it at first, but I was like, this might be my only opportunity to get him. And it was a very, very, very good price. And so when I did see his customization, I was happy. A lot of you guys have seen it. It looks like a couple of you guys have watched it a couple times. I'm assuming by your divisibles or multiples of the number 9. So that's awesome to hear. What is Scare Hollow saying? I wasn't enabled.
We missed the Texas Haunters Convention.
Oh, we were supposed to go.
No, I'm so sad.
We were supposed to go to the Texas Haunters Convention, and we did.
It ended today.
Oh my god.
I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize. We totally missed it.
We were supposed to go to the Texas Haunters Convention, and I guess today was the last day, and we totally flaked out on that. So fun stuff. Hey. All right. Wait, there was another question. Texas Haunters Convention. We missed that. That sucks. Are you buying every single clown prop? I don't know if I'm going to be buying every single clown prop, because some of them, like I said, the one with the stick in the ground, meh. And I'm assuming you're talking about for 2022. Even Lucky Bottoms, it will be more of like a, if I have some extra money and I have a good Spirit coupon and I'm semi impressed by him, then possibly. But yeah, I'm not sure on that poison props thing. Let's pull up poison props now and we can kind of look at this together, because you're the second question that has brought up poison props, and I haven't looked at poison props in about 4 months. Last month. It said the last time I visited was in June. So let's look at their new stuff first. Let me see if you guys can actually see my screen here. Yes, you can, a little bit more in detail. So that's good. So they have what's called upside down clown. Let's see what upside down clown does. Have the volume. Oh, that is cool. He walks on his hands towards you. Wasn't expecting that. That's pretty cool. $2,500 though. 2,500. That's the thing about these, is that they can be very expensive. 2,500. That's a lot. Looks like they got a full version of Face Ripper, which they call Face Off. Let's see here. Wow. Can you guys see that in detail?
Not really.
Should I make it larger? Because holy crap, that thing's...
Yeah.
Let's look at this guy. This guy was freaking creepy. This is a new guy from Poison Props. Again, it's about $2,500, but he pulls his head off, or not his head, his face off. And why is it doing it like crap internet now? It's like frozen.
Maybe it's their website, because you're fine.
I don't know. It looked good when it was small. Anyway, he shakes violently. I know you can't tell right now because I don't know if it's their side or what. I don't have a bunch of windows. Actually, I kind of do have a bunch of windows open. Let me close some of these out. Let's see what else there is. That guy's cool, but again, is it worth $2,500? I don't know. I don't know. And that's the thing for me, is like, it needs to make sense. I could see dropping. I think going over $1,000 for a prop is insane. No disrespect to my friend Brick Thunder, who it is his birthday today. So let's all wish happy birthday to Brick Thunder. He bought Colossus, which was thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Insane, huge prop, super dope. I don't know if I would ever spend that much money on a prop, but he's also planning to do a commercial haunt years later. But happy birthday, Brick. Again, though, for me, I consider myself a home haunter. So, but the haunt life, also known as full, bucked off a buck for him. Appreciate that, bro. Sky the Killer said, too bad Haunt World stole it. He dropped $2. What's up, Sky? Appreciate you. I want to see what else they got that's new here. Just want to look at the clowns real quick. I think they only got those 2 clowns. Oh, well, there we go. They dropped 2 new clowns this year. That's Poison Props. So, all right. Next question is Jacob Simpson. What do you think of Home Depot's lineup this year? I kind of went into detail on the photos of it. We're going to discuss the actual videos now that we see them in our next video. Or is it going to be 2 videos from now?
Should be the next one. Yeah.
I don't know. I think that we uncovered some stuff about University 6 that's going to be coming out next week. So in either our next video or 2. And yes, you heard that right. If you don't know about the University 6, that's actually what Spirit Halloween's rollout is all based on. Is all of this is based on a group called the University 6 that had gone missing. So we'll talk about Home Depot's lineup a little bit later in the live, and also you'll see a video in like super detail where I rate them all and everything. So, and in your opinion, who has the better lineup this year? I still am. I'm probably not and the majority of you, I know a lot of you guys have said Home Depot's lineup was better. I'm still a fan of Spirit's lineup more this year, and except the prices. I understand that the pricing is everything's gone higher. I was having I made a comment on another YouTuber's video where he was talking about this particular subject without putting this person on blast, but I felt the need to discuss this subject. And everything has increased. We are on the brink of a recession and possibly a depression. And for those of you who don't know what that means, it pretty much means that the country is going to be broke, that stuff is going to be more expensive and our money is worth less. And that's why you see gas prices so high. And Costco, who has always had a $2 slice of pizza, is now going to be a $3 slice of pizza, which they haven't changed their prices since like 1990. There's going to be a reason why prices are going to be a little more expensive. However, Home Depot was able to keep theirs at a reasonable cost. So, and when I was watching the Home Depot video, they kind of discussed that in detail of that they are going to give you the best quality and also the most affordable. And I kind of saw that as a jab at Spirit. But I still think when it comes to the props, when it comes to the originality, other than that freaking gigantic witch, which is amazing. The more details I saw of that witch, holy crap, that thing is cool. But other than that, I still think that Spirit is a little better. Hey, do you mind filling this for me, babe? Yep. Thank you. Need more water. I saw here that we had Haunt World said, if Ryan was an animal, which Ryan's Haunts is a friend of mine and another YouTuber. Go check him out. If Ryan was an animal, what would he be and why? Well, Ryan is a very slick and calculated character. His jokes are always on point and timed right. And I think that he's also very, some of the things that he's had to face in his life has caused him to be a brave person. So I would say he is like a Black Panther or, something of that nature. And I'll buck off a couple shots there for you. So thank you so much, Haunt World, for that question. Haunt World gets 2. Right on. And also Haunt World is one of the people that has agreed to do the hot chip challenge with me at Flagship. So if you're going to Flagship and you are willing to do one of these live with me and with other home haunters, and you can make sure that your parents aren't going to get all pissed off that your mouth is going to be on fire and that you're probably going to cry like a 2-year-old baby. If you are down to do this, if you're going to Flagship and you want to do this, post an emoji in the chat because I want to see how brave you guys really are. These are extremely hot, hotter than anything you've ever had, to the point that they sell one chip for $10. So you let me know how many of you are brave enough to do this with me. And if you're going to Flagship, not a hypothetical, I might be going to Flagship and I'll do it. I want to know if you're going to Flagship and you're going to do it so I know how many hot chips to bring because I'm going to call you out. Fool. Sky the Killer says, catch me at Flagship and I'll do it. Sky, first and foremost, hope that you are at Flagship. We will see if you can step to the plate. Bucking 2 off for you. Appreciate that, brother. We got to come up with a different way to celebrate. That's like not fun. Not fun. All right, let's see. We got Golden Embers, Animatronic Guy, Snow Business, Haunt World, Joaquin 245, Crazy Inflatable Kid, Paper Spirit Halloween, Colin Weber, Balloon Man 15, Eastwood Haunted House, Terror on Tamarack, Paper Spirit Halloween did it twice. Carved Haunts says he's going to. Gage says maybe. Haunt Life asks, are they hotter than the gummy? I believe so, but we'll find out. I haven't done this yet. So when I do it live, you guys will be doing it live with me, or you'll be watching it. So, and that's the other thing. If you do this with me, guys, you're going to be on the channel. You're going to be featured on the channel because we're going to do a little bit at Flagship of the shenanigans that go on before Flagship opens. And one of them is going to be this, us doing the Hot Chip Challenge together. So you can be featured on the channel in one of our videos where we can all laugh at ourselves. So a bunch of emojis, guys. You guys are going to make me bring like 400, 500 of these. It's crazy. It's crazy. Are you going to go live when the Spirit Prop videos are online? Says Com goes goofy. There is a chance for that. There's definitely a chance for that. Holiday Central says, are you going to buy the 12-foot clown from Party City, even though it's $500? $500 is so much, but he's huge. He's like twice the size of Crouchy. I want to. I really want to. I really, really want to. And last year, we had a bet. Amy, are you still over here?
Yeah.
Now she's going to hear me say this. Last year, we had a bet. And Amy said if we hit 10,000 subscribers that I could get a Distortions Unlimited prop. We did not hit 10K. We tried, but we did not hit 10,000 subs. This year, if we hit 10,000 subs, can we get that 12-foot Party City clown even though it's $500?
Yes.
You're sure?
Oh, Golden Ember said there's a 15% coupon. So it's not $500.
So it won't be 500. We got 15, but we still got to hit that 10K to do it.
Yep.
Amy's always pushing the subs. Amy, we will hit 10K. I need to get it tattooed because I don't know when we're ever going to get it done. Gage says he's going to bring a gallon of milk to Flagship.
Make sure you got a cooler.
You're going to need it. Yeah, and make sure you definitely have a cooler for it because warm milk with a hot chip challenge. Good thing they're going to have porta potties, Gage. Thank you. We're bucking off 2 for you, buddy. All right. So great question. And that brings up, again, another point of us hitting 10K. We have to do it. And also us talking about tattoos. We had an art contest. This actually can transition into an art contest conversation. We had an art contest last year where there was so many people who submitted art. Some of you guys had mailed art to us, which we actually have hanging up stairs where I do my animatronic unboxings. We had drawings, we had paintings, we had, and they're all framed up there now. Like I legit hold on to those. And I love looking at them because it just reminds me of what we have going on here. So, but somebody got a tattoo of our logo, this logo right here. Somebody got a tattoo on their thigh, and I haven't even got it yet. So if any of you have any tattooing skills, or a father who has some tattooing skills, or a mother, or an uncle, or I want to see about getting a tattoo at Flagship live. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Right? Sit there and get a tattoo while waiting in line. That'd be awesome.
Anyway, going back.
Yeah, going back to the contest.
Yeah, let's do it. And like from today, August 17th.
Amy says August 17th. We are going to announce a winner of. It's a Wednesday, so what, you want to do it the Sunday after?
Let's do it. Yeah, we can either do it August 14th or the 21st. You want to do August 14th?
Okay, August 14th. You guys have about a month from now to do some form of an art piece that has to do with the channel. So some people have done collages of all of the inside jokes. Some people have done mashup videos. Some, like I said, somebody got a tattoo. You guys really went all out last year, and we gave away so much merch last year.
Right.
Last year, we gave away multiple t-shirts, stickers, a Gucci Jason mask that was signed by myself and by Amy. I felt like there was more too. We had pins. You'll get a goodie bag of stuff. So I urge all of you to email savannahpsychocircus@gmail.com. Write it down. Amy, will you pop it in the chat? savannahpsychocircus@gmail.com. Get your art pieces ready. Get your arts ready. And we will choose a winner on the 14th of August. So one of you guys will be getting a crap load of channel merch that, again, is not available from last year. We made sure that there were some stuff that you could not buy. So, you can see the shirts here that we talked about, and we have some of the older stickers here, right? Which I love these stickers. I have one on my vehicle on the back windshield, and it is waterproof and weatherproof. We beat everybody's stickers. Jake Paul can kiss my ass. My stickers are better. And I'll fight him. What? I'll lose, but I'll fight him.
Oh my God.
Halloween is always early with a $2 dono. Appreciate it. Halloween is always early or late, depending on what time of year it is. But all right. Whew. Appreciate you so much. Back to our questions. Again, you guys get that art stuff ready. Deadwood Manor says, do you think you'll do another theme other than clowns? Are you too invested in clowns? And I will say we are very invested in clowns. However, I've been talking with Amy for quite some time, and I want to have a second theme. And it might not be while we're in this house, because right now, the way that our haunted house is it's kind of in one section, and I've encompassed every inch that you can imagine to really bring our home haunt to life. As our kids get older and some of them start moving out of the house, there's a very good chance that we will end up selling this house, which is rather large, and going to a smaller place with some more yard. And part of that reason is because I would love to have multiple haunts, where we can have a more kid-friendly haunt. We can have a scare the shit out of you haunt. We can have a clown haunt. We can have a ghost haunt. We can have whatever. One that has multiple themes. But I think I'll always keep it, I think, and we've talked about this before, I think I'll probably always keep it a home haunt, but you never know. And just because I like to give back to the community. I always do giveaways on our channel. When it comes to our home haunt, I never charge for it. It's something that we do for free. And I spend a lot of money every year on it. And it's harder and harder and harder to do each year. But I still I don't want to charge somebody to come to our haunt, because then if there's somebody out there who doesn't have the same type of resources as another kid, I don't want them to miss out on the fun. And so I could never exclude somebody over money. It's just not the way that I work. So, but yeah, I don't know. I would like to do more than another haunt. Next question is from Down Below Scares, and he has asked 1 billion props of will I ever get. Let's go through these real quick. Need a marker or something. No, here, I'm going to use this right here. We're going to use this cool fidget spinner pen. Down below Scares asks, will you ever get Honky the Clown? I'm going to say yes, because I've been looking for Honky the Clown, and every time I buy him, I either have no money at the time, or the ones that are available are way too messed up, and I don't want an animatronic. Like, I'll take some that are a little beat up so I can fix them or customize them in a certain way. But like, there was one on eBay for a long time that was Honky the Clown with a completely different face. I don't want that. I want Honky the Clown. I don't want Hanky the Clown. Chester the Jester, I'm kind of trying to get away from jesters. I actually have Dark Jester, which I've been trying to get rid of for a while now. So if any of you guys like Dark Jester, want Dark Jester, again, email savannahpsychocircus@gmail.com. And I also, again, and I know in 2 videos ago, I was talking about getting rid of Mr. Dark. I am going to be selling Mr. Dark, and it is not going to be anywhere near the price that he's going to be this year. He's been used one time. He works perfectly. He has the box. He has the instructions. So if you're interested in buying Mr. Dark and your money PayPal ready, holler at me. So yeah. Cobwebs and Candlesticks says, hey man, no exclusions. I agree. And thank you so much for the $5. We're going to buck you off 5 times. So here we go. 1, 2. Woo. Loud horn. Loud horn. Back to this bite-sized clown. Not really a fan of. Face Ripper Clown. Yes, I would if the price was right. Candy Creeper Mr. Happy. That's the one where he holds the cage behind him. And the arm part looks a little weird. If times were slow and I had the extra money, or the deal was just too good to be true, or if somebody wanted to trade animatronics, there's a chance, but I'll say a question mark. Crouching Clown, I've also wanted to get, but again, the price had to be right because it's not one of my more sought after clowns, but I'll say yes. Giggles the Zombie Baby Clown, probably not. Not a fan of kids. If you notice, the kids I do have in my home haunt are always being tortured. And I just realized I said I'm not a fan of kids. Pause on that. Rewind on that. I'm not a fan of kid props because they're not scary to me. I have to be a fan of kids. I got 5 of them. So, all right. So that one I'd say no. Looming Clown is a possibility. Again, price has to be right or a trade. Mr. Toots, no, because the way that my home haunt goes, I might get Mr. Toots for like a collections purpose, but I doubt it. The way that my haunt goes, we have 1,500 people a night that come sometimes, and I don't want something that's going to be driving around that someone can trip over or break. And I don't really see a way that I'd be able to present it in a manner that would really even be all too awe-inspiring. So I'd say no. Ouchie the Clown. What the hell is Ouchie the Clown?
I have no idea. That's what he said.
I got no idea who Ouchie the Clown is. I'm not saying that he's not real, but I've never heard of him. Can you guys type an O in the chat if you've ever heard of Ouchie? Not Crouchy.
Maybe that's what he meant.
But Ouchie the Clown?
Maybe he meant Crouchy. No? I don't know. Oh, look, Spike the Clown, I know.
Spike, Luke. I've never heard of Ouchie. Which one is Ouchie the Clown? Now you guys got me all. Are you guys about to get me to get demonetized by doing a search or something and find out what Ouchie the Clown is?
Too.
What the hell is Ouchie the Clown? Is this an older guy?
It's small, he said.
What the heck? I can't even. Bro.
Don't.
Okay, it did come from Spirit. There is a warning. Do not Google Ouchie the Clown.
Why are you saying that? You know that's exactly what they're going to do.
Don't do it. Because it ain't a Spirit prop. The #1 result is not Spirit Halloween. Do not do it. Trust me. It's Now, ouchie, the clown. What the? It's another baby prop. All that for a no. Nope on ouchie. Roaming antique, again, kind of like how Mr. Toots. I don't want someone to trip over it. And the clown mirror, I probably would do the clown mirror just to finish up the clown train, which that's the only piece that I'm really missing from the clown train, although it's not an animatronic. So that is something that we will be doing a video on soon, is the clown train. Oh, okay, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and pause some of your questions for now. We're going to go into this box here.
So somebody was asking earlier, I think it was, somebody said that they had received a box.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were asking about the box and the 6 people and how many people received the box.
So I know more than 6 people received the box.
There was 11 or 12.
I think 11 or 12 the last time that we counted. And I'm sure that there's some people who received the box who might have not done a video on it yet, or some people were putting it on like their TikTok story or Instagram story and not doing it on YouTube. So the last time we counted was about 12. However, I'm not sure if all of them are going to be going to flagship. I will say that I know for a fact that there was a specific email that was sent that multiple YouTubers, I don't know if I should say the other people because I don't know if they want to be known about that, but multiple YouTubers, 6, one including myself, were invited. And I just thought that number was very ironic that 6 students were being invited to a exclusive Peace to Spirits Halloween's flagship. And I'll get into detail of that probably after flagship. And then, so 6 just seemed very odd that there's this whole lore which clearly shows some form of connection between spirit and this situation here. Yeah, the podcast that we found talked about the Dark Castle, which was a castle turned into a laboratory. If you've seen any of the leaks that show the in-store setups, you'll notice it doesn't have a lab vibe. It has a castle vibe. So even though we know it says J. Reaper Laboratories, just like here on the box, it's a castle vibe. It has to be all connected, all tied together. So, oh God, Allie Kate 325 said I Googled Ouchie the Clown. Sorry, I can't be responsible for that. So here we go here. Let's kind of get into this. So again, this was the card that, and as I go through this, you guys, again, make sure that you @ me so that I can answer your questions specifically about the package right now. So this is the card that comes into place. Let me see if it'll focus. There we go. You can kind of see, you can kind of see the embossment. Well, I'm flipping people off. Kind of see the embossment right here. I got to get it at the right angle for you to see it. But it is, it says J. Reaper Laboratories Experimental Specimen Sample? I didn't notice that before. It says Experimental Specimen Sample on here. Let me see if there's we were looking before to see if blacklight had affected this at all, which I don't believe so, but it says specimen sample, which I think that's rather strange. So can you make sure that you're watching the chat? Because I see that there's some, I just want to make sure that you're watching the chat. So this card here, it says, thank you for volunteering. Oh my gosh. I think that gummy bear is coming back. Thank you for volunteering for our student research program. We look forward to you arriving at our facilities this fall. As a reminder, we prepared the contents of this box and selected its ingredients exclusively for you based on your unique chemistry, individuality, or affiliations, which was I thought that was strange that they put in affiliations. We do not recommend sharing them, which obviously I am right now, as their use may produce undesired reactions from others, including but not limited to mania, loss of hearing, which that horn does that too, confusion, monsterism, electrical tribulation, and other sensations. And then it says, for further information and instructions, please visit, and there's a website, which we're going to go ahead and go to now, which is Spirit Halloween, which we all know and love, right? Or spirithalloween.com/experiment1031. So when you go on here, at least in the past, they've updated a couple times. There's a countdown here, which now says 2 days and 12 hours and 57 minutes. And there's this is one of those found footage pieces that we showed in our unboxing video last time, which I want to show something real quick here. If I can pause it on time. At the very end, there is a prop. Oh my gosh, I was so close. Right here, which I don't think that we have seen yet. Have we seen this prop before? Because it looks extremely tall. And it looks terrifying. I don't know, maybe this is a Mr. Dark reskin, but I doubt it the way that the shoulders are. This might be an online exclusive. But the other piece that I don't know if a lot of people caught, and I have to be quick with the pause button here. I just missed it. It's for one frame, and yeah, I missed it. I'll have to wait till it goes back through. But it's a picture of Monty. At first, I thought it was a clown. But it's a picture of Monty. Oh, you can kind of see it there flash. Really up close. And his eyes almost looked like, you can kind of see it right there.
Yeah, you can see it.
His eyes almost looked like they almost come out a little. I'm not sure. I'm really excited to see him. So this card, that was a long way of talking about the card. And then there's all of this in here, which this is just fun stuff. Where did the headphones go? Do you remember?
Oh, I tried them.
You want to go grab them real quick?
Yeah.
Amy was there. There was headphones included as well, and so Amy was really excited because she thought you could hear something. They're Bluetooth headphones. You got to plug it in to hear something. So, but it came with this like pencil kit, which again, it has to do with the whole laboratory/students thing. So, in this kit was multiple things, which was a mini composition book. And you can see there, pull it back a little. Maybe you can see if I can kind of see that it says J. Reaper Laboratories on it. It's a little bright in here, so you can kind of see it right there, I guess. And there's also a rubber stamp, and there's no ink for this rubber stamp, but you can see that it's literally the same stamp, right? So somebody, Mr. Dr. J. Reaper possibly, had stamped this before mailing these out to us. So, so there's that piece again, rubber stamp that says J. Reaper Laboratories. There is this piece, which kind of, thank you, babe. This piece, which kind of scared me the first time I saw it because I hadn't looked at anybody else's videos online I purposely didn't want to see too much about it. And I was like, oh, ruler, cool. But I was holding it in my hand. Like you could even see right there for a few moments. I was holding it in my hand, and then it changes colors based on heat. Now, again, what the ruler has to do with, I'm just trying to make the whole thing yellow right now. What the ruler has to do with all of this, I think this is all testing stuff that we're supposed to go to the laboratory, and also it's a school student thing, right? The University 6. So let me see here. So with the school supplies inside the box, I'm sure at Flagship they will give away backpacks as the swag bag. That would only make sense. It's actually a really good idea. And then let's see here. You can see it's now yellow. Right? I was also hoping that there was like some kind of hidden message. We went through everything with a black light. I went through every single page in that composition book just to see if there was something else, because it was very, very interesting. The Carnival on Highway 6 says, do you think that's a clown animatronic behind the woman in the video? A clown animatronic behind the woman in the video. So are you talking about the shot where she's looking at? Let's watch this again. Trying to go through every frame by frame as much as possible. I'm sure I could play this at a slower speed, but go back a little. Well, I mean, you can definitely see, you can't tell right now, but you can see that she's looking at Nozzles the Clown. And I imagine that what this was concept art, because you can see his face that looks a little different than what we've seen so far, but pretty much the same thing. You can see how the nozzles would look, and you can see his body as well. And there's some words that we can't make out just yet. Also, in some of the leaked photos, we could see that there were posters being sold. And last year, they sold blueprints to like Crouchy and a couple other animatronics. So I'm wondering if they're going to do that again this year. Is sell some of like this kind of stuff. But I haven't seen a clown behind her. Are you talking about right there? Are we talking about right here? I don't know if you're talking about whatever this is right here, but I don't see it. I just wanted to give you a tip for a home hunt. If you want a kind of creepy tangled web cotton candy effect, just dye fake spider web pink. It turns out great. I'll definitely have to check that out. It's a great idea. Going through the box, we have this piece that is laboratory sample ingredients, but really it's just for this piece, which this is handwritten, which I thought was pretty neat that, or at least it appears to be written with a Sharpie of 1031. And I tried one of these to see what effects may have happened. It's cinnamon candy. So coincidentally, we start eating hot gummy bears and cinnamon candy. So if you're not a fan of cinnamon candy, fair warning. But this laboratory sample ingredient, it's literally like the legal stuff they have to give you for candy. So it talks about like sugar, corn syrup. This product was packaged where soy and nuts are, stuff like that. So this here, I know that some people were like, what is that? So this is called a workman's pencil, which is interesting that they would give this to a student. You can see the lead in the middle. Can you see that? Yeah, there you go. And what you do is like you take a knife or a box cutter or something when you're working in a tool shed or, you know, some kind of something where you're building and measuring stuff, and you literally just sharpen the sides and it becomes a big pencil. So pencil. This is a piece about your headphones, which these are JLab headphones. I looked them up online, and the JLab headphones are actually a very decent quality. And I like that they have the Spirit logo on them. They didn't make these like themed just for J Reaper Laboratories. It's actually like, something that I could rock these, when I'm on an airplane or something, which I have to fly out tomorrow, but that's a whole other thing. But, I would have no problems with rocking these when I'm listening to music. They are also another thing I liked about it. So this whole thing about the University 6, which again, if you didn't watch my unboxing video, you need to, because it goes into some super crazy detail. But it took place in the 90s, and these headphones look very 90s, even though I know they're Bluetooth, which they didn't have that technology in the 90s. I grew up in the 90s. This looks very 90s. So yeah, that's pretty much the box set though, right? And again, I know that some people were like, well, last year we had this and that, which, I think actually this is one of those posters I was talking about. Let's see here. I think that this is still, yeah, this is one of the posters from last year. Remember when everybody thought that like Spirit Halloween was going to release a trailer to the movie last year? Everybody was like, oh, it's coming. Yeah, look, this looks like a movie at the bottom, which like clearly this was all done in puns, But yeah, we still have some of the posters from last year that I've yet to hang up because I'm trying to keep the room for that art contest for you guys to submit stuff to us. And again, we will have a mailing address available so you guys can mail your tangible items to us, which I would really love to showcase in our studio. So when we're upstairs in our studio, as opposed here to kind of my office, when we're upstairs in the studio and I'm filming my unboxings, you'll see your artwork in the background. And I literally just want to plaster it all with artwork from my subscribers. So back into the questions real quick here. Halloween Crazy said, did you look at the Party City demo videos? I did. We will have a video on that too. So we're working on 3 different videos right now, technically 4, but 3 different videos right now. One of them is Home Depot. One of them is Party City. And the other one is the follow-up to the University 6. So I had found out some more information since posting the last video that is just going to put more pieces together. And it's a cool, trippy little story. So I really like the way that they've rolled out this year for Spirit Halloween. It's different than everybody else. Everybody else is talking about, this is our prop and this is cool and check out this price. And Spirit's like, time out. We could sit there and do that, but we want to tell a story. And I'm a fan of that. So what's your favorite scary movie? Said, I'm going to submit in the art contest. That is awesome. That is great. And I am very, very, very excited to see what you got, man. And again, if it's a tangible item, if you do a painting or a picture or something that you can mail to us, a sculpture, something of that nature, it will be presented. There was talk last year, which I understand that somebody might have felt like they were a little too anxious to do this, but somebody was talking about doing an animatronic of this guy, which like, bro, you send me an animatronic of this guy, it'd be a wrap. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I shouldn't have said that because now if one of you guys do it and it's utter ass or, somebody comes up with something different or better, I don't want you to be like, dude, you promised me. But that would be freaking cool. That'd be freaking amazing. Tara on Tamarack said, you need to have the headphone around your neck at all times. They look sick. I agree. I might even rock these to Flagship and play the new Spirit Halloween rap of 2022, which, again, I'm hoping to have a rough draft done by then so we can do some video shots. Ewitz Tom says, what are your thoughts on Spirit making merch out of their products? Just now finishing that cinnamon candy. That's actually a good question. So we have to understand that we have created this monster. We love going to Spirit Halloween each year. We look forward to it. We, save up our money so that we can buy new props and showcase them to our friends and our families and our neighbors. But, there's a whole Wikipedia page or a wiki that is dedicated to the Spirit Halloween, like folklore. We've created this monster where, now there might be a Crouchy t-shirt that somebody can buy, or dolls. Amy wants to get the dolls from last year. She just saw them for the first time. I don't know how, but she was like, they have an Uncle Charlie one? Yeah, dude, where you been? Right? They have a Hugs one? Yeah, where you been? But, so there's I can understand. I mean, it's like saying, what do you think about Disney releasing Mickey Mouse merch, right? Hope it doesn't go that extreme, but I can understand why, because we fall in love with these characters that they've presented to us. So it's actually a really good question, because I know that some people say they don't like that. And some people say, I want to stick with selling costumes and animatronics, but we've created this. We have made a community out of this. You're part of that community. I'm part of that community. And even if our opinions are a little bit different sometimes, we've created a community out of this. And so there's going to be some people that want to showcase that they are a member of this community. And I'm all for that. I mean, that's like saying, what do people feel about me having merch? Right? I don't really do it and make any money off of it, because I usually give it to you guys for cost, just because I like the concept of somebody rocking a Psychotic Circus of Savannah shirt to school and people saying, what's that? Right? Like, but if I was in a position to make money and it was my whole job to make money and have a brick and mortar locations all across the country, I might do it too. So, Jacob Simpson says, I love watching your vids. Thank you, Jacob. Another question is, Hollow Fanatic says, what's your opinion on the lack of clownage this year? So it's actually funny, because I think there's a lot of clowns this year. I mean, we have 3 clowns, 4 circus themed props from Spirit. We have clowns at Lowe's. We have clowns at Party City. We have clowns at Home Depot. I think there's actually quite a bit of clowns this year. I don't think that there's a lack of it. I think that there's a lack of it when it comes to excitement around them. I think that more people are, and this is another thing that I think is, there's only going to be so many big props we can receive, right? Like, oh, there's a gigantic skeleton, there's a gigantic clown, there's a gigantic witch, there's a gigantic pumpkin scarecrow, there's a gigantic werewolf. What else are we going to see that's gigantic? Oh, there's a gigantic phantom. Now we're going to see a gigantic, I guess there already is a skeleton, but you know what I mean? Like a gigantic goblin. There's going to be a gigantic gigantic. It looks really cool, don't get me wrong, but when it's too much, it just gets oversaturated. It gets burnt out. It's no longer cool, in my opinion. And I know that some people say that about clowns, but I don't know. Just because it's bigger doesn't mean it's better. I like Grimm more than I like the other Skelly, to be honest with you. So, and then Darth Sidious says, what do you think of Jemmy's life-size Oogie Boogie? I like it. I think it's perfect. Originally, that's what we were going to do here, is we were going to do a Nightmare Before Christmas theme. So, yeah. Back into the discussions here. So we've done the mystery box. There is an upcoming video to talk about the other side of the mystery box. So we're going to go ahead and handle that upcoming next week. Hold on 2 seconds. Oh my goodness. Somebody, and you know who you are, just sent me, I got to make sure it's not on camera, just sent me a text message of Ouchie the Clown. Yeah. That's burned into my skull now. So it's yeah, I don't even know what to say. Gross. R found one says, ha ha ha, you're welcome. And that's exactly who it was. So appreciate that. Not really. I'm going to go dressed as Ouchie the Clown to flagship. All right. You got to keep me on track, dude. All right. So we've done the mystery box. We have done the grand flagship grand opening. Again, July 30th. I will be there. We will have some special merch, some special giveaways. What are you looking for?
I was looking for the price sheet. But
Oh. We're going to have some special merch and some special giveaways. Come and take photos with me, please. I love to meet all of you guys. Let's do this hot chip challenge in a real way. I want to grab a whole bunch of hot stuff for us to all try. You can be a part of our video when we're there. We also had discussed some of the new animatronics. This looks a little creepy. I'm going to take that off my screen because it's starting to terrify me. There, yeah, that's not helping. All right, yeah, it can't. There, sure. And then before we get to the next piece here, I want to go ahead and address some of your questions again. So we went through the questions that were asked before, so I was able to get to all of your questions. But again, just at the Psychotic Circus of Savannah for your questions now, and I'll make sure that I can get to those. Questions or comments. And again, you can at the Psychotic Circus of Savannah, and it will show a little blip up here. If you do a super chat, it glows on my screen where I can't miss it. And not only will you be able to get your question or comment read, but we will buck this thing off and hurt my ears.
please answer the question from Halloween Hot Man, who's literally been asking for the last like 30 minutes.
Halloween Haunt Man? How come?
Yes. Have you heard of the Mr. Dark Parade? Everyone's bringing their Mr.
Where's,
Dark.
I don't see this. Where's Halloween Haunt Man?
Literally, he's been like commenting about it for the last like.
Why don't I even see Halloween Haunt Man on here?
I don't know.
Oh, it's because I don't have it on live chat. I have it on top chat. So yeah, Halloween Haunt Man says, have you heard of the Mr. Dark Parade? Everyone's bringing their Mr. Dark and setting it up in the flagship parking lot. I have. I'm not doing it because one, I want to sell my Mr. Dark, and two, I'm trying to keep my load there as small as possible. So when I fly back, I can have more stuff, more animatronics, more shirts, more stickers, more posters, more masks. So, so yes, I have heard of it. I think it's going to be neat. I'm not sure where you're going to plug anything in to make it grow. So I imagine they're all going to be a little bit smaller, but yes, I have heard of that. So Spike the Clown says, will you ever get a 12-foot skeleton and make it into a clown? Amy wanted to, and
Yes.
the 12-foot, she's saying yes right now.
But if we're gonna get that other one, then
If we get the Party City Clown, you're saying?
Yeah. then it's
She
like-
says if we're getting the Party City Clown, there's no reason to do the 12-foot skeleton, which I kind of agree. My Halloween Haunts, Gaming and More says opinions on Halloween Kills. I'm a huge Halloween fan ever since I was little. And I say little because I know most people probably wouldn't watch 80s slasher films, or I believe it was 1978 when it came out. I have been a fan of the Halloween anthology, especially the older ones and then the newer ones. So Halloween 1 and 2, I was a huge fan of. I'm one of those rare people that likes Halloween 3, even though I don't consider it a Halloween movie. And it's, again, a cheesy 80s movie. But Halloween 1 and 2, and then the newer Halloween movies with Jamie Lee Curtis, not like Halloween H2O. And if there's a rapper in it, I'm not really interested. Like, what is Busta Rhymes really bringing to the Michael Myers universe, right? Like, I don't even know if you guys know who Busta Rhymes is. Like, it's like if Nick Cannon, Ludacris. Like,
Hey,
I'm not. What?
Ludacris is a good actor, okay? He really is. Ludacris is.
What movie have you ever seen with Ludacris that you were like, amazing acting?
Fast and the Furious.
Nobody in Fast and Furious is a good actor. That dude couldn't even drive his car in real life. I shouldn't have said that. That was the best acting job, was him able to actually drive. That was horrible. I should not have said that. I apologize. No, I don't, but I apologize, but no, I don't. Savannah, watch F Young Crouchy by Batch the Haunter. I will watch it after this. I don't want to put it on here because if it's something that could put my channel at risk, I'm trying not to put it on here right now. So let's see. Terror on Tamarack says, what is your top animatronic that you want to bring home? And what do you think of Terror on Tamarack? So Terror on Tamarack, if you guys don't know, is also a home haunter that his quality is badass. It really, really is. There's a lot of custom pieces to his home haunt. And I don't know if it has to do with the area that he's in or what have you. For instance, I get 1,500 trick-or-treaters, but I live in a very suburban area. So it's easy for people to get to my house. There are some really good haunted houses out there that don't live in huge communities and can get 1,500 people a night. 1,500 people a night, that's like commercial sizes, right? That's what commercial haunted houses get. So we're very lucky and blessed to have that here, but his quality is so good. So I love that you were asking for the self-promotion as well. You're like, hey, what do you think about me? But it is badass, and I'm not just saying that because he asked about it. Will you buy Stitches the Clown from Lowe's? Stitches the Clown is, I'm going to show Amy which one it is because we looked at it last live. I kind of like it. Amy feels like it looks like a fake Hugs and isn't really a fan of him. So this is the Stitches the Clown one, Amy?
No.
Amy says no. She is not a fan of him. And is it because you think he looks like a fake Hugs?
He does.
He has a similar outfit, but he's a much taller. He's, I think he's 8 feet tall. 102 inches. How many feet is that? Somebody do the math real quick so I don't have to.
Do they agree with me?
Did who agree with you? That Ludacris was a good actor?
No, I'm not. I'm talking about fake Hugs.
Yeah, 8.5 feet. So, yeah, fake Hugs. He does Hugs knockoff. I agree with Amy. So yeah, it's fake Hugs. I still want him.
What?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. I was talking about Ludacris. I still want him. I think that he would be really, really good to link up next to Hugs because their outfits are similar.
And then you can put fake Hugs on him and then free Hugs on the other.
What? Put what?
You would put fake Hugs.
I want to put fake Hugs sign. So free Hugs and fake Hugs.
Right, exactly.
That's actually clever. But no, I like to put my animatronics that look similar next to each other because then they look like a duo, right? So like there's Big Top Clown, which I got mine from Walmart before it had shoes and I had to get him some shoes. and Twitching Clown. They have a very similar outfit, even though it's different. I like to put them next to each other because it looks like a duo, which I could see a duo. You know, I don't know about Hugs and this guy because Hugs has a specific thing. This guy's just regular clown, but tall. But yeah. Halloween Haunt Man says, when do you break ground for your haunts? Usually about 3 weeks ago. What is your favorite licensed prop? Says Big Fan. My favorite licensed prop right now would be that I own would be probably Shorty.
Yeah.
Shorty. I mean, I think a lot of people it would be Shorty. My Halloween Haunts Gaming and More says, do you like the old Jimmy horror characters, Ghostface, Michael, Freddy, Pinhead, etc.? And do you plan on getting them if the price is right? I do not, because it does not does not match my haunt. And even though their qualities look really good. So Holiday Central says, after what number in line do you think you won't be able to get any animatronics at flagship grand opening? I think that because this year they saw what the turnout was last year. Last year was the first celebration they had ever done, like in a real way like that, where they had a ribbon cutting and a band. Because they saw the turnout last year, and also I think this is another reason why I think that prices are higher. Because last year they had an issue, and I have a feeling Home Depot is going to have the issue this year. But it was not everybody could get all of the props they wanted. And so I feel like what they've probably done is overstocked their props. Not in a bad way, but like made sure, okay, if we normally have 10 props of this guy, we're going to make sure we have 25 props of this guy. Yeah, fingers crossed. Because I'm not sure of what number it is. I think that pretty much there were a lot that were available last year, but I do think that there's probably going to be more people this year. So if the ribbon cutting is at 11 o'clock, like I said, we went over the timeline earlier in the live. I would urge you guys to get there at 9 o'clock, partake in the festivities so that we can actually get in line, have fun, meet each other, take our pictures, again, do the hot chip challenge, and, you know, also have an opportunity to get in there and get some cool stuff. So I'm going to ask 3 more questions, and then I have to begin finishing up a video that we're going to be releasing next week. So 3 more questions. Allie Kate 325 says, who is Ludacris? He is a rapper that was really popular for some reason in like the mid to early 2000s. I was never a Ludacris fan. I never purchased or downloaded a Ludacris song unless he was featured on somebody else's song. I always felt like again, we talked about this earlier with my musical background and what I enjoy about the linguistics of detailed songwriting, multi-syllable rhymes, and just creative puns. And Ludacris, I felt were always set up in a way where you knew what his punchline was going to be. I feel like he wrote the punchline first, and then, you know, if he wanted to say something about Mr. Dark, then he would think, what rhymes with Mr. Dark? You know, it's a shark or whatever. And so then he would use his Mr. Dark line second and would say his it's a shark line before. And it's just very, there was nothing where I was like, oh my God, this guy just rapped his ass off. Anything that Ludacris has done, I feel like probably majority of you guys could have. So the Haunt Life says, get Amy to honk the horn. Amy, you want to bucket off twice for the Haunt Life? You had a big smile on your face knowing that you hurt my ears. All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right. Let's ask a couple. Ed, the Cool Gamer says, why would Lowe's make a knockoff of Hugs the Clown? I don't know if Lowe's made it. So what happens is, and some of you guys know this, a lot of you guys know this, and some of you guys don't. So what happens is there are different makers of these animatronics, and some of them are called, like, one of the companies is called Seasonal Visions. One of the companies is called Gemmy. One of the companies is called Techie. So there's, like, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 of these companies that they create the animatronic and then they sell it to Lowe's. So, like, for instance, Pesky the Clown at Morris Costumes this year is a taller version of Big Top Clown, which was originally sold at Walmart and then I think Home Depot. So it's not that Walmart or Home Depot or even Morris Costumes is creating the props. They're just purchasing the props to then resell, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like, you know, you think about when you go to McDonald's and they have Coca-Cola there. It's not that McDonald's makes Coca-Cola. It's a brand that McDonald's is then selling to you. The Haunt Life says, those were weak, Amy. They need 2 more.
How about you?
He's asking you to. You trying to turn him down?
No. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh God!
Ooh, it's starting to die.
It's dying.
Still scared me. Oh, it wasn't dying. You lied. You liar.
Yeah, I gotta.
Oh my God. All right. I think we have, 1 or 2 more questions?
Yes.
Horror Freak says, I'm going to post something in the Discord, but it's a mask I made for Flagship that I want to try getting as many people as possible to sign. That is awesome. Feel free to hit me up. I would love to sign it. I'm really interested to check it out. And then up, Southbridge Farms, Amy.
Well, they didn't tell me.
I know, I'm just saying.
Okay.
$2, I believe that's Canadian dollars. Southbridge Farms, are you in Canada?
An idiot. What?
That was the joke.
Oh.
You think you'd be a little more clever catching on to stuff, you know, seeing how you love Ludacris.
Oh my God.
Oh, Ludacris. It's ludicrous that you love
He
Ludacris.
has really good songs. Okay?
What song?
I can't say.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Ludacris, I hope you're watching this. Southbridge Farms, all the way up to our neighbors of the north. I've never been to Canada. I've always wanted to.
I want to go.
Let's go. We can go to Southbridge Farms. All right, ready? We're going to buck 2 off for you, which I believe this is actually more like $1.50 when it comes to the United States, but we're going to buck 2 off for you. Southbridge. I just scared my dog with this. Yeah, so, and then the last one that we are going to answer, let's say, is, let's say the Carnival on Highway 6 says, what time, it's going too fast. Says, the new Pesky the Clown looks 100 times better. That's where we're going to disagree, good sir. I believe Pesky the Clown looks identical to Big Top Clown. It's just that they've given him a couple extra leg pulls. His size of his face is the same. His hands are the same. His costume is very similar. They gave him shoes, which Home Depot started rolling out when they did him. I don't think there's much of a difference between Pesky and Big Top, except for some extra poles. So, yeah, and colors, but realistically, it's still the same prop. So, Southbridge Farm says Canada's kind of cool. Kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I guess you can come up to Canada. So, with that being said, guys, unless we have any more horns to buck off, I'm going to give you guys about 30 seconds to decide if you really want to hurt my ears. Again, we're going to be doing lives almost every Sunday.
Yeah.
Every Sunday?
But next week.
Every
might be
Sunday.
At a different time because I think you're leaving next Sunday out of town.
Yeah, but I'm leaving it. So next Sunday, our live will actually be earlier, but it will be on Sunday because I have a flight to catch next Sunday night. But We will be doing live next Sunday. And then you guys, literally in less than 2 weeks from now, you'll be able to see this face to face at Flagship. Don't punch me in the nose. So, we got a couple more. Southbridge Farms with 5 for Canada being kind of cool. We're going to kind of shoot these off for you. And the honk life. Maybe just 2 more honks. Honk, honk. What's your favorite scary movie? Asks if we have a P.O. box.
We need to get one, but right now it's our house, which is public anyways. So just mail it to us.
As you heard what Amy said, we need to get a P.O. box, which we don't have right now. But our home address, please don't stalk us. Don't go through my trash. Don't, put a dead animal in my mailbox. I have cameras everywhere.
Yes, we do.
And this is, I'll buck off more than a horn too. So, but our address is public. If you were to just Google the Psychotic Circus of Savannah, there is more than enough information of where we sleep. Probably should.
Yeah, we need to get a P.O. box.
We're going to get a P.O. box. But for the time being, our address is out there. So feel free. Don't swat us. Shit, I just thought about that. Well, because nowadays I think people get caught doing that. You know what I mean?
They do.
They go to prison. You want to go to prison? You ain't got to worry about this getting bucked off in prison, I'm telling you. But yeah, it is kind of creepy to think about. So we need a P.O. box. Thanks for bringing this up on a live. All right, guys. With that being said, stick around. We got more University 6 coming this week. We have our review in detail, including a ranking on both Home Depot and on Party City / Halloween City. And I'm going to do it for Morris Costumes too, even though I know it's been out, but they need to all have the same ranking. And then later on this season, as Halloween approaches, obviously we'll have build videos. We'll do store tours. We will check out other haunted houses. We'll have reactions. We'll have contests. And then I also like to do a top 10 of 2022, for instance. So with that being said, guys, what is going on?
They said they're going to do the SWAT on April Fools.
Yeah, again, don't. Canada doesn't even have a SWAT team. It's just a guy rolling up on a horse with a whip. He's like, hey, everything okay here? Yeah, all right, good. He just rides off, Mounties or whatever. So, but again, I'm really excited to see what Spirit has in store for us in less than 2 weeks. So with that being said, guys, I had a wonderful time with you. Feel free to share the channel. We need to get to 10K. We have to get to 10K. If we get to 10K, I get that $500 animatronic. We all will be able to celebrate. Imagine how amazing my haunt will look. Imagine you'll be able to come here because, again, our address is public. You'll be able to come to our haunted house, be able to see it and be like, that's because I subscribed. You can finally accomplish something in your life. Make your dad happy for once. Did you know that you missed that goal in soccer 2 years ago and he never let you live it down? I'm getting delusional, guys. Thank you guys so much. Please subscribe. Please share. With that being said, I'm glad that we had this time together. Stay safe. Happy haunts. We got to get a P.O. box.